I hype me up, I gas me up, I hype me up, I gas me up, I hype me up, I gas me up. Take up space, sis. Got my room with this. Take up space, sis. I got my room with this. I'm a trip for this.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all for joining me. I see you at Purple Queen and the Network Specialist. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you ladies for waiting in the bushes. Hey, sis. I see Taisha J in here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you all for joining me so far. This is going to be a short live this morning. It's Friday Eve. I hope everybody is preparing for this holiday weekend. I'm supposed to go to Huntsville for Melody's performance, but we will see because, yeah, it's a whole lot going on. But I hope everybody has a great weekend planned. If it's just rest and relaxation, I hope that you enjoy your Memorial weekend. So I want to come this morning. I don't know if you all caught Christal's interview for rolling out on her page with the Flechers. It was a really short interview. It was like less than 30 minutes with LerNail and Chris Flecher. Good morning, Cinnamon Swirl. Hey, sis. It was a really short interview. Now I'm going to get into it. I wrote down all the questions and the answers to the questions. I'm not going to use sound bites. Again, I'm still learning. I don't want to get any copyright strikes. I don't want to have to retract anything. So I'm just going to go based off of me writing down the questions and answers and going from there. This interview really solidified for me. I'm one of the people with the Fletchers. I was really excited that the Fletchers were coming on. I was really excited that Mel had finally, I thought Mel had, somebody on her side. I was thinking like, finally, it's somebody that has Mel's back. She has a real friend on the show, somebody that she was friends with prior, no ties to other castmates like Kiki. We know Kiki had the ties to Tisha, their first cousins. So I was really excited. So I was holding out on hope for the Fletchers. I really, really was. I was. Now, even when Lexi came out with the interview, now with Lexi's interview, I know a lot of people are saying, I told you so. My stance on Lexi still remains the same. I am not saying that Lexi is lying because I don't know. I haven't heard both sides of the story. I don't know Lexi. We haven't seen her on screen enough to determine her characteristics. I do think that her anger should be more directed towards her father. I think that saying a woman is keeping you away from your father and the father is an adult that has had infidelities and actually left that family before, that indicates to me that he's very capable of making his own decisions, and him choosing not to be the most present father would fall on him. Now his wife could lead him to help him to be a better father, but we have to put accountability where it goes. I kind of still feel the same. I think she gave her siblings a lot of stray bullets that they didn't deserve. But she's entitled to her feelings. I don't know everything that she's been through. So I was kind of still on the fence. I did want to hear the Fletcher side of what was going on with Lexi before I made a final determination with my opinion. But after watching this interview, I must say, now I know a lot of people are saying, I've seen people say the Fletchers, Chris's answers did not bother me, to be honest. I think Chris remained neutral, and I think he did put a lot of accountability on Martell without going in too deep. If he wants to say that he's neutral, he went in just enough without going in overboard. But now Nail? No. No, I don't see it for Nail no more. Let's see. Cinnamon Swirl, Impactful Conversation says Nell is not Melody's friend. This season so far has confirmed it. Listen, so it's been people in the YouTube streets that have been saying from day one, like Day Silva is one of them. From day one, she's been saying Nell is not Mel's friend. And I beg to differ. As long as Mel was saying Nell was her friend, I was all for it. I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna go with it. She's saying this is her friend. I haven't really seen her do anything, to say that they're not friends. When I saw this interview last night, I'm convinced. I am convinced. This solidified it for me. Nell Flecher does not like Melody. It's something about when these people get on this show. They get on the show through Melody. They get on the show through Melody. They get on the show and they're very humble in the beginnings because they want the opportunity to be on TV. And they know that Mel is an executive producer. She has a look, she has a lot of pull. She's, really the number one lady on the show. So, hey, Love Key, good morning. Thank you for joining. I think that they take the time, they infiltrate, they act like they're so cool. Because last season I can remember some scenes like, do y'all remember Martell had the sit down with Nell and Chris, and then Nell went and had the talk with Melody? I thought that was a really sincere, genuine scene where Mel was saying she never expected not to see her children every day. But I gotta say, last night, so let's get into the questions. I'm going to skip over the questions she did with Tisha because I don't care about those questions. We're just going to start with, she had about maybe 10 questions, but again, I'm going to skip over the questions she had with Tisha. The first question she asked Chris and Nell was, what was the biggest change in their life since joining the show? Chris's answer was being recognized. And they're being authentic and they're going to give you the Fletcher's experience. So the biggest thing for them since joining the show. Good morning, Cookie from the Shy. I'm glad you're catching the live too. So basically Chris is saying, they're going to give this Fletcher's experience. He said that several times throughout the interview, whatever the Fletcher experience is, and, just being recognized a lot more when they travel. A lot of people recognize them. So that was kind of it. Like I said, it was a very short interview, less than 30 minutes. Question number 2 was what was the relationship with Mel and Martell prior to joining the show? Chris said that they've always had a brother-sister type relationship. They give them their honest and transparent opinions. And he was saying Martell is very hard to try and penetrate that mind of his. So, he says that, they've always been a source of, brother, sister, and, giving them honest and transparent help in their marriage. But Martell was the harder one to penetrate. So as I said, Chris answers did not bother me, but Nell's answers, we're going to get to it. I don't like Nell. After that interview, I'm very much convinced. And then I have another screenshot to show you all after the interview. It says, question number 3, what are the concerns with TV affecting your relationship? Nell said that they have been married 30 years and beyond a lot of things and they have gone beyond a lot of things that the other couples are experiencing. They have already experienced it and worked through it. So whatever they're, the other couples on the show are going through or will go through, they've already jumped those hurdles and, they're kind of settled in their marriage after being married for 30 years. The next question went on to, did they hesitate about sharing and bringing their family on the TV show? We all know what happened at the dinner scene. It started off with Chris Jr. and then it triggered over to Lexi after Lexi was trying to defend Chris Jr. And we all know history since then, the big blow up from the dinner scene. And let's see, it said Chris's asked, Nell said she was very hesitant. Nell said she's a firecracker, so she was she's a firecracker, so she knows that things can get hot and heavy. Chris was saying he was not hesitant at all. He said he didn't feel like he needed to enrich or set any ground rules for the family because he knows that they are very relatable, and that he didn't need to talk or prep anybody before filming because he wanted everybody to show up as their authentic selves. He did tell the kids to not embarrass him or the family on the show, but he feels like that backfired. He should have talked to them prior to the show because we know that some embarrassment did come. He says he feels like he should talk to them so things could turn out different. But he says everything happens for a reason, and they're just moving on and moving forward. So again, Chris was giving very good morning, love seen her. Dee Dee Star, good morning. I feel the same way. Chris wasn't hateful like Nell. No, Chris's answers were I can give Chris credit. If you're saying that you're a neutral person and that's been their stance from the beginning, then Chris's answers were very neutral. But Nell's answers, like I said, we're gonna get to that. That's right, Dee Dee. Everybody hit the like button. Thank you for all the engagement, ladies. Please make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Thank you, Dee Dee. So we're on question 5. It says, what's the aftermath with Chris Jr. and Lexi? She wanted to know, had Chris Jr., was he doing any better? It don't look like it because, we've seen Chris be arrested again. My dog does this every day. Every day I'm on live, he doesn't do anything till I get on live. But Chris Jr., we know that he's been arrested again since the filming of the show. And Lexi, we've seen her do the interview with Giving You the Real Tea, I believe. It's the page that she did the interview with, letting everybody know exactly how she felt about Chris and Nell and, the Flechers as a whole. So Chris's answer, it says, Nell said he is still being Chris Jr. And then Chris's answer was, he's gotten better. He's working and he's starting to get it. And then the interviewer Christal asked him if Chris Jr. had a job. And no, she asked him if Chris Jr. had paid them back the money that he owed them. And they both were like, nope, he hasn't. And not trying to really. He says that Chris also said that Lexi was being true and authentic and nothing had changed. They aren't on speaking terms. Lexi chooses not to speak with them, but he's hoping that time will heal everything. And with time, she will be more willing to reach out. We will see. It seems like Lexi is standing on business. She said that she was not. Good morning, Pink Hearts Forever. She said that she was not dealing with them anymore. She was not going to open those old wounds. Looks like Lexi is standing on business. So we'll just see how it plays out throughout this season. And I don't know, because it might be the last season with these ratings and everything going on. So the next question we have, it was question 6. Okay, this is where Nell had me messed up. Okay, so we get into question 6. It says, how do you feel about Martell being arrested? And of course, the interviewer kind of went in a little more in depth about, the actual context of why he was arrested. But she was saying, at the time, maybe you all didn't know the context. So Nell said it's draining. Both are. Draining? A friend, I just don't understand that. I don't understand a friend saying, if you're really my friend and you pride yourself on being a mentor to me, why would me confiding in you as a friend be draining for you? If it's draining, then wouldn't you want to let your friend know that this is draining for me? I would be honest with my friend. I would say, if you're draining, I wouldn't go on an interview and tell anybody that you're draining me. I would make sure that I've had that conversation with you and set up boundaries. But to go on an interview and saying that they're both draining, I was like, huh? I was already like, huh, at that answer. Like, what? Nell, be for real. What? Draining? She says both are family and both. She was emphasizing when she said both, she was giving a lot of emphasis on it. She was like, and both of them want you. What did she say? It's draining and family gets mad. She gets mad at both of them and won't talk to either of them. She says they don't listen. She says, Mel is just as hard-headed as Martell. Okay, this is where and why I have a problem with that. The question was posed specifically about Martell's arrest, specifically about Martell. So why are you giving so much emphasis on Mel? And Mel being hard-headed, Mel being draining, Mel not listening. Why was the emphasis so much on Melody? Because to me, you were trying to convey a message. You were trying to put it out there and make it be very clear that Martell is not the problem. You feel like Mel is a problem just as much as Martell. That's what I got. That's what the emphasis that you were putting on Mel when the question was posed directly about Martell. That's what I was getting. You were putting and making it clear of how you felt about Melody. And I think a lot of people, a lot of her friends, her so-called friends with air quotes that come on the show, you all get mad at fans calling you out. But are you really looking at the friend that you have? Has the friend done anything to you specifically to make you turn so quickly? Or do you get mad at the fan base or YouTube because y'all are in the YouTube streets looking at what everybody else is saying, and you get mad at the fans for calling you out? Because what I haven't seen Mel do anything to you on screen. I have not seen her do nothing but tell people you are her friend when they come and say she's not your friend. She's just, this is Nail. Nail does this, but she's my friend. So why were you putting so much emphasis on the fact that she's draining? She doesn't listen, and she's hard-headed, just as hard-headed as Martell. You were putting major emphasis on that when the question was directly about Martell. Let me see some of your comments. Yes, she shows she is a snake. Mel looked up to her. Exactly. If my mentor was on an interview talking about me like that, knowing that, first of all, this man has been convicted. This is no longer a charge. This is a conviction. And he was convicted prior to the season starting. And you all have, if you didn't have the knowledge then of what was going on, you very much have it now. So please stop playing that game of, I just didn't know what happened. Well, you know now. You know now in this moment of doing this interview. So please miss me with it's both of them. No, nothing she could have done could make somebody send you a message saying that they are going to release revenge P on you. What warrants that when she is the ex-wife and mother of your 4 children? Nothing warrants that. So please miss me with all of that. It says, Pink Hearts Forever says, is her husband engaging in young girls draining allegedly? Listen, Nail seems to be just fine with, as long as she got Chris tucked on the side somewhere. It seems to me, Nail gives me she don't really care. Nail is a pick me. As long as my husband comes home type. He could dance, be all in the videos, dancing. She don't care. I don't think she cares. I agree. I don't see it for Nail anymore at all. I do not see it. And I was rooting for Nail when I would go on panels and say, no, Nail is her friend. Mel said Nail. I was rooting for her. But last night, I don't have nothing else for Nail. I have nothing else for Nail. Love seeing her says at Pink Hearts Forever, that part. Good morning, Tawana. Good morning, sis. Good morning. So let me get through this question. We're on question 6 when Nail says they're both draining. They're both hard. Mel is just as hard-headed as Martell. She said, and she's stubborn. She did not know the extreme of what Martell did, but had not spoken to Mel or Martell. All she knew was that Martell was arrested and that he had the kids at the time that he was arrested, and she didn't like it. She wasn't trying to pull the black card, but as a mother, any mother would feel the same way as her, knowing that he had been arrested with his children. She's a mother and a grandmother, and that's how she felt. But she is saying that, being arrested and being black, we should kind of basically understand that feeling. She said, but she's not putting herself in Mel shoes, because she can't, because those are Mel shoes and Mel has to wear those shoes. She says that they both do too much anyway, and she thought it was just a regular argument. Now, tell me your thoughts on that statement. Tell me your thoughts on that whole statement of what she just said. She said that they both do too much. So she thought that it was just a regular argument. And she was basically clarifying what she meant about why she didn't like him to be arrested. But you really stuck by it. You said that you didn't like him being arrested with his kids. He knew he had those 4 kids when he did the shit. So why are you not holding him accountable? When he did it, when he allowed his mistress to get online and talk all that mess, when he allowed her, his mistress is the one that exposed him. He's always used her as a weapon. Y'all don't see a problem with that now? That's not a problem. He had 4 kids when he did all that. They always talk about, well, these people have kids, but these people know they have kids when they commit the offenses that they commit. So please miss me with the they have kids. That's the very reason that Mel is prosecuting, because of her children, because she doesn't want this. When something like that gets out, it's out forever. There's no turning back. So of course she's trying to protect her children. So why is her trying to protect her children an issue for anybody? She should be able to protect herself and her children however she sees fit. And if you're truly a person for her, you would understand that, and you wouldn't make derogatory comments like she's stubborn, hard-headed, draining, and just as much of a headache as he is. What kind of answer was that? And it says, hey, CDW, good morning, good morning. I put Nell in the gray area the day of the name-changing event. You know what? I was still, because I was listening to Melody, I was still trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, Cookie with the Shy. I remember Melody was doing the watch-alongs at that time, and she was like, well, Nell doesn't really know TV yet. So a producer put her up to it, and she doesn't know how to say no. So I was still trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because Mel interjected. But at this point, I'm going to have to call a spade and look at it from the angle that I see it. Whatever she's showing me, I'm believing it. I just don't see it. I don't see how you could answer questions like that about your friend when the question wasn't even about Melody. So why was she so draining, hard-headed, stubborn? I'm talking about you was going in, and the question was about Martell and his arrest. Tawana says Nell needs her R's beat for that statement. Exactly. Because she was dead wrong. Good morning, soul of the matter. It says Mel did not control how he got arrested. When he got arrested, excuse me. Exactly. Let's see. And Cookie from the Shy, Mel is very forgiving, gracious lady. I'm not either. I think that TV brings out it seems like something about this show brings out people's true colors and their true personalities. It's like they could wear a mask for so long, but once they get what they're looking for, once they get to a point of, I'm on this show and it's time for me to shine, then their true personalities come out. Because I don't understand why she's draining, why she's stubborn, why she's hard-headed. A friend of mine, I couldn't have listened to that at all. Cinnamon Swirl says, I guess Nell forgot Melody is a mother, the mother of Martell's children. He allowed the children to be with him. He knew there was an arrest warrant when he went down to pick up the so-called paperwork. Exactly. When he went down there, Martell knew. This is the first day of filming. Martell knew, Carlos King knew, they knew. Marlene talking about she got there on 2 wheels real fast. Marlene, you knew. You was probably right behind Martell, ready for the cameras to catch you. The network specialist says, definitely a snake that will smile in your face. Exactly. And then let's see. Purple Queen says, I have a side eye about the 304 from the start. I knew she would turn on Melody once she got on the show. A lot of people, listen, Purple Queen, a lot of people, I was holding out hope. I think I so want Mel just to have an ally, to have a real true ally. And I thought Nell was an older woman. She presented herself as a mentor. I could never imagine my mentor getting on an interview and speaking of me in that manner. My mentor, my friend for many years that has counseled me through adultery, heartbreak, being a single mother, and this is what you get on the interview and you say about me, you make sure to emphasize that I'm stubborn, hard-headed, draining. That don't sit right with me. Picking up the paperwork was a lie, he told. He definitely knew about the warrant, and so did CK. The storyline. Exactly. They wanted to come in. They wanted to start the season with a bang. They knew about that warrant for many, many months. I'm very much convinced they knew about the warrant. If you look back at the Houston trip, Martell knew about the warrant. Martell has always said that he knows people. So Martell very much knew about that warrant. I'm not going for it. They refrain from actually stating why Martell was arrested. They just say not Revenge P and his plot. They just will not say Revenge P and his plot exactly. But at this point of the interview, LerNail is very clear on why Martell has been arrested. Like I said, you can say from the first episode you didn't know, which I think is a bunch of bull because it was all over YouTube and the social media streets for months. They can't tell me they didn't hear those audios with Slaw. They can't tell me they didn't see all that Carson Blue debacle. Carson Blue was on the show. So they can miss me with the lies. They can miss me with the lies. The soul of the matter says Mel is an older woman acting young, Nail. I think you mean Nail is an older woman acting young, dressing young, hanging out, partying with. We gonna get to that. The soul of a matter. Give me a second. Let me get through this. We gonna get to that. We are definitely gonna get to that. Love Seen Heard says it was all Mel's fault that she never said anything about once she found out what he did. She was mad at him. Hold on, it was all Mel's fault, but she never said anything about once she found out what he did. She was mad at him. Exactly. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat. Exactly. So let me finish this question. We're still on question number 6. It says, the question was, how do we feel about Martell being arrested? And she was basically saying, the first episode you all didn't know, but now, more information has come out. Everybody basically knows what's going on at this point. And we've already went over Nail's answer. Chris's answer says, Chris said, we are talking about Martell here. He says he reacts. He does not think. He does not like it when he does not like it that Mel was getting a warrant. That's never a good thing. But he does not have an opinion on what Mel should or should not do. He feels like that's Mel's decision, and whatever she decides, he's okay with it. He said Martell has to get it and say enough is enough and just be the wonderful father that he is. So I can respect Chris's opinion. I can respect how Chris said. Chris said that he feels like Martell got to say enough is enough. I don't know about the wonderful father part, but whatever. Chris might not be the best father himself, so we'll take that with a grain of salt. But him saying, he doesn't have an opinion on what Mel does because Mel has to do what's best for her. I can agree with that. That's a good answer if you're saying that you're a neutral person. To say whatever she decides, I'm okay with it because it's her life and her decision. And Martell has to learn when enough is enough. And Martell has to get it at some point. He didn't flip the question back on Melody like Nail did. He didn't flip it and make it seem like he didn't flip it on Mel and make it seem like she's done something wrong the same way that Nail did. So I can respect Chris's stance on that. Chris was giving very neutral, good answers to me, in my opinion. Question number 7, it says, what advice do you give to couples to stay married? None. Deal with it. That's all. No. They said, Chris said marriage made him a better man. He's going to give this season, he's going to give the Fletcher's experience. And for them, they live by the seas. They aren't perfect, but they work on their relationship all the time. The 4 C's that they gave, Nail said chemistry, communication, commitment, and consistency. And they have a bonus C, which is compromise. Then the interviewer asked them which C is most challenging for you with your partner. Nail said compromise and consistency because she has to compromise a whole lot with Chris. And it takes a lot of work compromising, and Chris has to show her consistency to make her feel confident. And she said they already have chemistry, so they don't have to work on that. Chris said the most important C in their relationship is communication. Nail came in. She said a lot of couples aren't committed. When something goes wrong, they're out immediately after it goes wrong the first time. Um, a lot of people not gonna wait 18 months for their husband to cheat, go outside, do whatever he wants to do, and come back. But neither here nor there. Nail, if that's what you like, if you like it, I love it. Um, And then Nell was about to, at this point, we're on question 7. Nell was then saying something about Melody. Again, she was about to throw shade. You could tell, I can't remember exactly how she was stating it, but you could tell she was about to throw some more shade at Mel. And the interviewer had to step in. And she was like, listen, Mel gave Martell way too many opportunity and chances to get it together. She was saying that Mel gave Martell a long time to get it together. She was like, she was very patient with Martell. She said you could tell Mel tried and gave it her all. This is the interviewer had to step in. And basically she was like, I know people say, Mel has her ways and her things too, but in this instance, she can respect Mel for trying with her marriage. She gave him, a lot of times to get it together, and he chose to still do the same things after he was giving opportunity. And Christal also went on to say that bringing a baby, an outside baby, into a marriage is really no coming back from that. She doesn't understand why people can't get that. Like, it's no coming back when you have a baby. And I can agree. So it's a shame that Nell was once again about to try to throw shade Mel's way, and the interviewer had to step in to say how she felt. And kind of cut it off, because Nell was making this like a like an issue. Like, I don't understand. I feel that is how Nell feels. Exactly. What gets me is the cast says, I heard it on social media, but says I didn't know. Exactly. They hear everything else. The cast knows everything else that goes on social media in real time. But this instance, they didn't. Carson Blue told Tisha. Carson Blue told Tisha from the jump, but Tisha tries to act so surprised, like she don't know what's going on. They're a bunch of liars. As Nell was answering her questions, I watched Chris' facial expressions, and it seems as if he didn't agree with some of her comments. You could tell Chris didn't, because when Nell would answer first, Chris would come back with an answer to try to clean up what Nell had said. So he would try. You could tell he was looking like, no, like that's not the right answer. But he had to he had to just go with it. He couldn't stop her mid-sentence, because we know Nell is a firecracker, so he probably just let her get it out. But it did seem as if Chris was trying to clean up the answers that Nell gave. I did notice that as well. Let's see. Oh, Lord. Now I lost my questions. Hold on. Let me bring them back up. Okay, so we're on question 8, and we're almost done. I think this is the last question. It says, what are you looking forward to and sharing with us on this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville? Chris said, tune in to the most boring show on earth. We're giving you a snore fest. We don't have nothing to talk about but Martell and Melody. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what he said. He said, tune into Love and Marriage Huntsville to watch the Flecher experience. Nell, then the interviewer told Nell that she had a glow up. She said, Nell, I watched her glow up. Your hair looks better. Your clothes look better. And, she ended the question with Nell. She ended her with, did she feel like Sonny, by dating Moses, did she feel like Sonny violated girl code? And Nell said, yes. Yes. And I'm just trying to figure out, Nell, where's the girls that have the code on the show? Give me a girl on that show that has a code to violate, and then we could talk. We can go from there. Let's see. I'm with you, kicking it with Courtney. Nell is more upset with the fans not supporting her and calling her out, but don't take that out on Mel. That's what they always do. They get so mad at the fans for calling them out on the BS that they do on screen that they start to come for Mel. Just like Wanda. Anytime somebody, Mel does something great and people, give Mel her props, then The rest of the cast, they'll call them out on the stuff that they do, the stuff that they say. So instead of defending themselves or saying, trying to defend themselves, they'll deflect by attacking Melody. That's all they do. So that's what it seems like Nell is on. Nell seems like she's on some type of, I don't know. Nell just, that interview, she was trying to go in on Melody. And let me pull up this screenshot that I have. This comes from and I have to send these messages so I can keep them so I won't lose them. So let me share my screen. Just bear with me 1 second. Y'all know I'm learning, so it takes me just a second to share my screen. Hold on 1 second. Let me show y'all. Did y'all see this? So we got Nail Fletcher turning up with the op, Miss Stormy. Now, what I noticed about this, what this makes me feel like, I noticed that Nail is always at an event with Stormy. Something that Stormy is putting on, she's always at an event. But anytime Mel has something, I never see her there. I never see her at her friends' events or turning up with her friend. But I always see her supporting Stormy or out with, last season we saw her out with Tisha a lot. But I never see her at Mel's events. So you've got on, and this is what I get. Real vibes of China doll. And also there's more screenshots. It looks like they were at a Bell Collective event. Like on the other screenshots I saw, there were I saw Selena. It looks like Selena will be on this season of Bell Collective. Selena was there, Sanjay. You saw Tisha and Lil Boosie. JJ was there. I saw Chris in the background. So it looks like they were at some type of Bell. You saw all the cameras around. So it looks like they were at some type of Bell Collective event. Nail and Stormy, like doing some type of crossover. So we'll see if we see them on this upcoming season. Well, I don't watch Bell Collective, but I may start because I like Selena. I really, really like Selena. And if Selena is going to be on this season as it appears, then I may watch it. Nell wants to be an it girl. Exactly. Nell was promoting her clothing line, saying that she has a new clothing line coming out and that she she's older, but she likes to be sexy. So I'm guessing some of the pieces are sexy. Nell seems to, I don't know. Nell might match Stormy's ghetto. They might be two of a kind. Birds of a feather usually flock together. So we'll see. I'm just looking at them like, okay, I'd never see you at Mel's event, but okay, if that's what it's giving. Stormy's your new best friend. Looks like Stormy got a new car as well. She got one of those Tesla trucks, it looks like. I don't know if it was a rental, but she was thanking her husband and she was showing a picture. You could see the car in the background. So I don't know if Stormy got a new car with all this TikTok money. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Nail, Mel, and the whole situation? Do you think Nail is keeping girl code while she's talking about Sunny isn't? Do you think she's keeping girl code? How do y'all feel about the interview? Did y'all watch it? I thought the answers that Nail gave were very, very disturbing as a mentor. I didn't see it. I won't be buying anything from her. Let Stormy. Okay, go on TikTok with Stormy. Sell your clothes, Nail, because Nail doesn't style. I mean, I do think she's upgraded, like her hair and things, and she did look nice on the reunion. When they go to formal events, she does look really nice. But her everyday wear, I don't know if Nail looks like something that's a person that I would buy from. Well, I'm glad Nell listened and changed that wig. I don't know. I seen Nell on a couple of lives with her wig turned to the side a little bit and a little frizzy, but they've been definitely looking better on camera. So she just got to be a little more consistent with keeping the wigs from looking like Snooki. She was giving very much Snooki the first few times we saw her. Neil's excuses for not coming to the podcast was her lying as opposed to being candid with her friend. Exactly. Nail shows up everywhere else. Nail shows up everywhere else. Please miss me. Mel don't turn up and party like the rest of those ladies. Exactly. But I don't think Mel is going to go anywhere with Stormy after the social media things that we saw. I don't think that Mel Mel said it's black and white. And if you're in the gray area, I don't think she's dealing with you. It says, and the reason why people don't support the show is just another person on the list that is poking at Mel. Exactly. Like they feel like they have to it's like they feel like they have to take a shot at Mel, or I don't know. I don't it's very weird with this show. I do not understand it. But like I said, this interview just showed me I can respect Chris's answers. Nail, I have nothing for Nail. I have nothing. She lost me as a supposed friend. I can't be with the cast turn on Mel once they get a little more camera time. Exactly. Like I said, it's the fact that you've come out and said that you were a mentor. You've seen this lady at her lowest. You've seen her at her highs. She's somebody that she thought she could confide in. And the choice of words that you use, draining, hard-headed, stubborn, I think those were very much poor choice of words for a so-called friend. It says Nell seems to have a bit of stank attitude on the interview. Mel must have talked. Nell must have. Let me get their names together. Mel must have sat Nell down and told her about herself, because I just don't understand. What was her excuse for not going to mimosas with Melody? Exactly. That's my thing. Y'all love to dress up. Y'all love to be in the midst of something. Mimosas with Melody was celebrity filled. The decorations were beautiful. The food was amazing. The vibe was amazing. So why weren't y'all there to support your friend? I didn't see not one cast member there, whether it was filmed or not. If you're a friend, why weren't you there? So I agree, Cookie, with the shy. I agree. And let me try something. I never drop my link. I don't know if anybody wants to come up. I have a few minutes, but before I forget how to drop my link, let me start dropping my link just in case, because I always just talk to y'all and never really give y'all an opportunity to come up and talk to me. But that was it. I just wanted to come and talk about the interview. Shout out to Lala. Lala is on a different time zone. I don't see her in the chat today, but Lala is the one that told me about the interview. Lala is all the way, like I said, in a different time zone, and Lala is keeping me abreast on what's going on. So shout out to her. I want to thank her for letting me know about the interview. Again, this was on Christal XO page with Rolling Out. She did a brief, it was like 27-minute interview with the Flechers. It was really quick, but Nell showed her true colors. I'm now convinced that Nell is not Melody's friend. Nell is definitely in the gray area. If I was Mel, I would not confide in Nell anymore, because she didn't give me a woman of a certain age or a woman of, trustworthiness. Your choice of words were very, 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 in my opinion, just disrespectful, especially when the question was not even about Melody. If the question was posed about Martell and his arrest, then the answer should be directed towards Martell. And she didn't even say those things about Martell. She did not even say those things about Martell, but she was giving it to Melody. So again, I'm not going to keep y'all long. I do have a meeting at 11 o'clock. I always start my day at work at 11 every morning. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have meetings every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I need to get prepared for that. I want to thank you all for all of your engagement as usual. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you. Y'all give me consistent support. And I'm so thankful for you all just starting out and how you all come over and support me and give me engagement. I appreciate all your likes, comments, your support in general as I learn to navigate through these YouTube streets. I appreciate each and every one of you that stop through and show me love and support. It means the world to me. I will have my giveaway coming soon. So I'm going to announce it. I've just been trying to put together how I want to do the giveaway, but I think I've kind of finally narrowed down what I want to do for reaching 500 subscribers. I'm now at like 582, but I wanted to do a giveaway for 500 subscribers. So I'll be announcing that really soon when I finalize my giveaway. So you all be on the lookout for that. I want all of you to come in here because it's going to be, I have something. So just all of you come in here and look out for that. I want you all, thank you, the network specialist. I want you all, and make sure you all check out everybody's pages that is in here. Love Seen Heard, the network specialist. Who else came through that has a page? I don't know if Cinnamon Swirl, I see you have Cinnamon Swirl Impactful Conversations. I don't know if you're coming or you come. I haven't seen Jess in here, but Jess, she has 2 pages. So Jess Angel, she has a jewelry page, and then she has not impactful conversation, insight, Jess Insight. I can't think of her right now, but Jess Angel. If she comes in here, I'm going to make sure I like repost on maybe my community wall. But you all follow the network specialist, Love Seen Heard. And again, thank you all just for joining me, for always being a source of support. I truly appreciate it. I know a lot of people are at work. I know. And I'm really a night owl. I really prefer to do commentary at night. But then I don't know, because I don't get off until 8. So a lot of times I'm in these YouTube streets all at work. So I will start doing some lives at night. Oh, you're taking Queen Sheba's class. Okay, awesome. Hopefully I can do the next class. Awesome, Cinnamon Swirl. But again, just thank you all for joining me. As always, make sure you kick off your shoes, relax your feet. Bonding, peace, and prosperity to everyone. I hope that you all do something amazing for yourself today. As always, read a book, take a walk, a glass of wine, whatever it is that you can relax and take some time for yourself. Yes, Love Seen Her. I'm a night owl. I'm up all night. So I will start doing more night commentary. It's just sometimes it's like at night I get so busy. So I do try to make time before I start my work day. I do try to make time to at least get on here and get active. But I will start coming with some night commentary because I'm a night owl. And let me get everybody's conversation before I leave. Thank you, Cookie from the Shy. I appreciate you even coming, stopping by, even the replay gang, everybody on replay gang that Carmen usually comes through on replay gang. Pamela, it's a lot of y'all that come through on the replay gang and drop your comments and show your love, even if you don't catch the live. So I appreciate you all too. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Let's see. Congrats. That's right. Congrats in advance, Cinnamon Swirl. Congratulations. And I will definitely be over there when you do get started. So, congratulations to everybody that's getting started. And just make sure that we are always a community. I love this community that Melody has created. It's a community of a lot of people, women supporting women. And then it's a lot of men out here that support as well. My brother is coming, the Prince of Peace. He will be coming in like August. So just, I just love the community that we have. Thank you for all the support and always showing love, and know that it's returned from me tenfold. I love you all. Have a great day. And that's right. We headed to listen. We're gonna be at 1K, then we're gonna be 5. We coming, so and I'm not even rushing the process. I know that what's for me is for me, but we coming. That's right. Love Seen Heard. So again, you all have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Love you all, and I hope that you have an amazing Thursday. Hopefully I'll get on in the morning. And I just thank you all. Thank you all for Purple Queen and the network specialist. Y'all were in here waiting on me that made me feel so good to see y'all ladies in here waiting for me to get started. I remember when I used to go live and it was like nobody. So, just thank you all. Going live, it was something so hard for me to get started doing because I was just extremely shy. Hey, Tyler. And is it Tyler and Timon Mom, G Mom? Good morning. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. It was just so hard for me to go live at first. And I just thank you all for being so encouraging and, just always coming and showing support. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. I can't tell y'all that enough, how, you all just coming to being a source of support and encouraging me and helping me gain my confidence. So just thank you all. And I can't wait for the other content creators in here to go live. Of course, y'all know I'm coming to support as well. And just thank y'all for joining me this morning. Again, I will talk to y'all later. Peace, love, and prosperity to you all. And you all have a great day.